In this video, which is part 39 of the Coinmarketcap video series for Chartjs, we're going to work on creating the scale or adjust the scale. As you can see here now, we're going to move it all within here, all the labels, and we're going to make these lines here. We highlight it, or the color has been changed slightly, and we match it here all nicely. So let's start to look how we can do this. So let's continue on, and this is part 39. And what we're going to do here, this is one of the issues here, is when we have this and I hover away from this, as you can see here, look what happens here at the bottom. You might see it here as well, it's become dotted, plus this is also dotted. And we need to solve this. This item is just a tiny issue, we're going to solve it right away. And next what we're going to solve is this item here. The scale is completely different in the Coinmarketcap style or chart, where the style is basically that the item is within the chart. So we're going to do that kind of things right now. So first of all, let's fix our dotted line. To do that, we need to go to the line 395, which is basically the crosshair functionality. So I'm going to search here for the crosshair line. So this is the one we need. And within this function at the full bottom, we need to basically go and undo something. So this is the only issue with the set line dashboard. Even if you would have here the restore, and you can see here the restore, we could put the restore here at the bottom, but it just will not work. It just doesn't trigger to undo whatever we have. So if I refresh here and then I go hover over it and then I go away, you still see these tick marks are having a dotted line. So I don't want this. So what is happening is basically this here somehow is being transferred to somewhere else as well. Even though we closed path, we did everything to avoid it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and then put it in here and then just say for now, or after that, blank. Basically this array is blank, meaning now it will be a solid line. In my older videos, I would say like you can do like this, just like this, or comma 0, where you have the solid line and then here the blank line of 0. Don't do this, by the way. This is apparently multiple browsers this will not fully support. So just keep it blank like this. No array values in there. So if I refresh, then I'm going to hover over this, and then if you can see here, nothing happens anymore. It doesn't do anything anymore. So this is solved. Let's fix now the scale. So I'm going to go down to config number 2, because that is related to the second scale or X scale, and that's this one here. So what I want to do here is basically this. I want to put the text what we have here within the chart. So how do we do that? And next, if you really look carefully, we have right now no lines in here, but we want to have eventually lines matching with this. So what we could say here, display, and what we could do here is just say, instead of display false, we can say draw border, set this on false. If I save this, refresh, then we get here these lines. And I note that the background color should be basically adjusted, because you can see it's hard to spot the lines here now. So we have these lines here. Next, what I want to do, let's put in the text within here. So what I'm going to do in here is, or what we could do as well, before we even do that, you can see these tick lines here. I'm going to remove the tick lines. So I'm going to say a comma, let's say a tick, a draw tick. And I will set this on false as well, so we have no more tick marks. Save that, refresh. And did I say it false? Yes. And somehow it just doesn't disappear here. Draw ticks with an S. Sorry about that. It needs to be draw ticks. There we are. So now we remove that one. Now let's move the scale labels within. So to do that, what I need to do here is, well, let's see. We're going to say here in the ticks. And right now we don't have any ticks here. So I'm going to say comma, and then we say ticks. And I'm going to say here mirror, and then we say here true. By default, this is set on false. What mirror does is it allows the item to be within the chart area instead of outside like this here. So basically now it looks like it, but it still looks kind of weird. And the reason why is we have too many ticks here. So what we need to do now is basically do similar to what we did here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy that part what we did previously in the X scale on chart 1. So I'm going to go to config. So I'm going to do Ctrl F, say config, config, and then not number 2, I want number 1. So let's search for it. I guess that is maybe a new colon config. Is it faster? No. I guess that doesn't work. Where are we? I guess it's somewhere up here. Let's search for it up here. Crosshair. No. Config. Here we are. Oh no, that is not it. This is the one. Alright, so we have this here, and what I want to do is, you can see here all these tick information, and what I want to do is, I guess, I'll just copy the entire ticks here. We copy this all, then do Control F, and I say config number 2. I'm going to paste that in here, and then just later on we have to do one tiny adjustment. Alright, so this is fine. And then you see here we have ticks twice, so I'm going to remove this, remove that one, and put the mirror within this one here, which makes sense. And then we have this, and we can save this and refresh. Alright, interesting, we get an error here, so most likely I'm forgetting a comma or something. Ticks, alright, let's open up developer tab. We can see here 579. So what is it, 579? Alright, mirror true, comma, save. Refresh, there we are. So if we do this now, we have eventually our chart here. And this is the only thing, and I'm not sure if you are noticing it. If you look very carefully, this part and that part is not really aligned. So let's see if I can maybe zoom in. As you can see here, we are not that aligned. We are just a few pixels off. So the reason for this is, well, let's undo this. The reason for this is basically because we are working with the items being calculated, and normally it starts on like very similar to the bar chart itself. It starts between there instead of on that point, and that is why we last time or in the previous video we make our custom tick marks here. So if we don't like this, and I can imagine this is not a nice site, it should be exactly aligned. We have to create a individual one for that. So that I will cover it in the next video for that. But what I want to do now for now is I see this here. You see here the border at the bottom, and we see the border at the right side. So what I want to do here is at least remove the draw border. I thought I already did that, but apparently I forgot to put in a capitalized B. Save, refresh. Alright, and next I want to make the line here slightly more thinner or narrow because the line width is too thick, and this background color here should be slightly lighter. So what I'm going to do here is, that's probably the zoom box, and we have the line of the data. So I'm going to say here, do we have maybe here the border, this is the data, and then here point radius, let's see where we have that. Oh, alright, of course we can just do it in here. We're going to say here border, let's say 1 pixel, save that. And did it really work? No, hold on, I'll just check. That should not be border but border width, of course, 1 pixel. There we are, so that's first one. And once we did this, what I would like to do more, let's see if we have everything here. The border area on this side needs to be removed, so let's go back here down. We have here the draw border false, but then I need to copy this. I'm going to say here on the Y scale, grid display, and then what is this? Grid draw border false as well. There we are. Save that, refresh. Make sure we have a comma, of course, comma, save, refresh. There we are. So now no more borders here, no more borders at this side, and no more borders at the very bottom. And then maybe the zoom box, let's change the color of that as well. So zoom box, and then we need to check here the zoom box color, and that's probably this one here. So let's make this 1 and see what that happens. Slightly lighter, and this might be, and of course you can do this to your preferences here. Let's make this 0.2. Then I think that is more than acceptable. So the next thing what I want to fix this one, and that will be in the next video where we just fix this tiny pixel difference here. So that will be the next video.